All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a Chicago Bulls video. It's actually a beautiful day here in Chicago. It's like 60 degrees out downtown. It's only like 15-mile-per-hour winds. It's nice out, yo. So I hope my fellow Chicagoans, just everyone watching this channel is having a beautiful, beautiful Monday. Oh, it's Monday. Never fun. We have Chicago Bulls news, as I mentioned. They made a request. They made an offer for Lonzo Ball. It's a pretty comedic offer, but this is good. This is good that they're taking initiative and they're starting to make these moves. I wouldn't expect Lonzo Ball to be traded until the day of the deadline, so it appears to me, or my best guess would be that this is just kind of to test the market, test the waters, and see where New Orleans is, see where their mind is. I think Lonzo Ball, first off, he's having a great season. Somehow, the Pelicans are better when he's off the court, in my opinion. But he is exactly what the Chicago Bulls need. We need a playmaking point guard. He can drain threes. He can play defense. He can do a little bit of everything. This season, he's averaging 14 points, 4 rebounds, career high from 3, almost 6 assists, a steal and a half a game, and then half a block. So Lonzo's having a very good season statistically for New Orleans, but that whole team in New Orleans, it just isn't meshing. It's not working. It's not making sense in New Orleans. So they need this, or they don't need to trade Lonzo, but Lonzo is going to be a free agent after this year, so they need to try to get as much value as they can, because that whole report with LeVar Ball saying he absolutely hates being in New Orleans, it's safe to say Lonzo's not re-signing with the Pelicans in the offseason. So the Chicago Bulls, we're sitting at 19-22. We actually have a home game against the Utah Jazz tonight. Nervous, very, very nervous, considering, thank goodness they got that win against Detroit, but that loss, Jamal Murray, that loss to the Nuggets, that 3, didn't even have to watch overtime, man. Just knew exactly what was going to happen when Jamal hit that to force overtime. It's tough. We need a playmaking point guard. We need big men as well. Somehow, if the Bulls were to find a way to get Lonzo Ball and Andre Drummond on this team, I think it's safe to say they're making the playoffs. And honestly, they might make an even little bit of a run. They might make some noise in the playoff if both of those signings were to work out. Here's the trade. Thomas Satoransky and a couple second-round picks. I don't have the actual number of second-round picks that they offered, but obviously the Pelicans said no to this. Satoransky, I mean, the value doesn't match up with Lonzo at all. But it's a good trade because, you don't know what's tough is we don't know what Lonzo's market is. So Chicago, they do this trade, they offer this trade because it's not a horrible trade. Like, if you're really sick of Lonzo Ball, you're trying to just get any value, you're not getting any calls, Satoransky and a couple second-round picks, it's not the end of the world because Satoransky's a good basketball player and he can help out New Orleans to possibly make a playoff run or a playoff push. But obviously, I mean, we can try to talk up Satoransky as much as we can, but, I mean, especially with the second-round picks, this isn't going to get it done. I'm curious to know what New Orleans' interest level would be if it was Lonzo or if it was Satoransky in a first-round pick. Curious what would happen at that. Lonzo's on an expiring, like I said, so it's important to keep all this stuff in mind when trying to see his value because it's Monday. The trade deadline's Thursday. I don't think Lonzo would get traded until Thursday, so that gives every team in the NBA and the league to get some time to kind of gauge the value, gauge the market for Lonzo. Who knows what his market's even looking like? A lot of teams could be calling. No teams could be calling. I have a feeling it's not going to be the latter, and I have a feeling teams will be calling for Lonzo because he's a good player, man, and he's a young player, and he's definitely a guy I would take a risk on if I'm the Chicago Bulls. I actually think it's very low risk, high reward. I think this works out quite well. I think Lonzo Ball is exactly who the Chicago Bulls need. They need that playmaking point guard desperately. Well, actually, not desperately, because Sato's been doing a decent job, but we still do need it. We do need it. It's just not desperately. So I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say about this trade. I'm curious. I've been making a lot more Bulls videos, and it seems like a lot of Bulls fans are very open to the idea of trading for Lonzo, which is great. And it seems like a lot of Bulls fans are actually open to getting Andre Drummond as well. So that's pretty cool. Seems like a lot of people want to win. Actually, a decent amount of people want to trade Laurie, Wendell, Kobe, anybody we can to help get Zach LaVine some more help. So I fully expect us to be buyers, especially after seeing this report. I think it's almost guaranteed now. I think LaVine, Laurie, I think they're safe to say. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And yeah, I do a lot of Bulls videos, so I'll hopefully see you guys soon.